Oh, hello. Everybody, welcome to Brickosaurus 227, and I got a brand new video for you. So, originally, I was working on editing something and didn't work out too well. Still working on the project. It's not going to come out today. It's not really a project, just another video. But because of that, I thought, why not do a little teeny weeny stream talking about a blaster I just obtained. Yes, this is the Nerf Elite 2.0 Warden, and I thrifted this thing for $2. Why did I do this to myself? Why do I do this to myself? Well, because I'm a Nerf YouTuber, and I think it's not fair to call myself a Nerf YouTuber and not at least take a look at the worst Nerf blaster in history. And yeah, it is. I mean, case closed. And the reason the case is closed is because of its history. There's an undeniable factual history that the Warden absolutely sucks because they broke all the time, which, yeah, makes sense. That's why it would suck, for sure. And because of that, it is just so annoying that it broke that you can't really judge this thing fairly. It's impossible to because of the history. It's already a bad blaster. It's already sealed. There's no redeeming the Warden. There's no redeeming it because it's already a bad blaster. Now, if they ever re-released this blaster in the same shell, upgrade the plastic quality, upgrade the internals, upgrade everything, and if you could take it apart, then that's the only way you could redeem it. But the Warden itself has an absolute insane legacy that is terrible. Hopefully I can see chat because YouTube is been okay, good. I'll be able to see. Hold on. I want to see all messages. Yeah, there we go. And the thing is, this blaster has such a terrible history that it's almost irredeemable. But what does it have that's going for it? Well, even when you set aside... Yes, I can see the chat. Awesome. Dragon Squad 1. I can see it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Even when you set aside the fact that they all broke, what do you have? Another Elite 2.0 first-gen blaster, which means it pretty much sucks. There is obviously the problem with terrible plastic quality and creakiness. And then you obviously have the fact that it's clipped and glued together with, like, how many screws? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which for a blaster you should have more screws for a blaster this big. And as a blaster itself, there's not much going for it. Setting aside even the fact that it was let down. Now, some of them are good. I happen to find a good one that works pretty well. Now, I have had a few hiccups, but generally it works pretty well, which is great. It does a few things better than the original rough cut. Actually, really only 2 things, and this is just my opinion. In my opinion, this looks way better than the rough cut. I think this looks so cool. Really cool looking blaster. I love the colors too. Also, I think the grip is generally better than the rough cut grip. Now, this part here really annoys me, and that's the most annoying part about it. But the grip itself is generally better. It's a better designed grip. It just looks good. It fits the blaster more. It's just a really solid grip. The foregrip is good too. It is better than the rough cut in my opinion. The prime is pretty smooth, but it definitely, you can feel it's not like, it feels very cheap. I do have a sledge fire. And there's a lot of problems with the Warden. And this is a first impressions review. I have been testing. This one is not breaking, which is good. If you can get a later gen one, they do work, but I really wouldn't recommend it. It sucks anyway. Just get a rough cut at this point. But this one surprisingly does work. Currently. Also, I thrifted it. It had this little stringy thing, which is kind of cool. But it does generally work. It's not absolutely amazing, but this one does function pretty well. and it's what it should have been. It should have just been another mediocre, pretty much bad Elite 2.0 blaster, and they made it one of... Okay, see here, that's the problem. This thing automatically slams fire, so this one is really messed up. Prime it slow, though, it seems to fix the problems. If you prime it really fast, it's going to break and do that. Yeah, it's insanely bad. It has a lot of problems. But if you can manage to prime it slowly and not super fast, it actually works pretty well. This one does. But even, which I believe this is a second gen one, it still sucks. It's still a terrible blaster. It's still a terrible product. And as a blaster itself, I wouldn't recommend getting it. It's usable if you can find a good one, but there's so many other blasters out there. It's not worth the money. It's worse than the rough cut. And generally, for what it's done to the hobby, or what I'm more of like its tarnished and terrible legacy. Yeah, this thing is the worst blaster because of what it symbolizes. It symbolizes Hasbro cheaping out on their products and making it where you can't fix it. That is awful. This makes this thing inexcusable by every sense of the word. This is one of, if not the worst blaster of all time. It is on my list. It's actually third place. I have 2 other blasters I think that are worse than this, but it's just bad. It's bad in every single way. And even though, what do I think of the Titan minigun blaster? I think it's a cool looking blaster, but I personally think it's kind of bad. You have a $100 blaster. No, okay, no, I'm banning you. I'm sorry. We don't want any of that talk in here. There we go. But yeah. The other 2 worst blasters, well, actually 3 blasters I think are worse. The Mandalorian Pulse Rifle from the Nerf Limited series. Then there's the Nerf Alpha Strike Uppercut, which is really bad. And then you have a new blaster that I think is just worse in every single way than the Warden. Is this thing, the Lock and Load. This thing is so bad, and I can explain why. It'll take a whole nother stream. Basically, I retract anything I said in my original review. This thing is absolute garbage. And it has apparently it's been breaking on everyone, just like the Warden. Oh, I appreciate that 10 out of 10 stream. I appreciate that. The best blasters, well, that's a whole nother thing. There's a lot of different blasters. I think objectively, there's 3 blasters that are the best, and that's just objectively. My personal opinion is a lot different. But objectively, the Strife, Retaliator, and Strong Arm are pretty much the best blasters you could give anyone. And the Rough Cut, too. Which is what this thing was trying to be, and it failed. It is a terrible blaster. It symbolizes what Hasbro has done nowadays recently, or they've improved a little bit, but apparently they're going back to this kind of thing, so that really sucks. It drains my hope of in-series. But it's just symbolizes what is wrong with Hasbro and Nerf in general. The long shot. The long shot's good. The long shot's pretty good. Scavenger's good too. Those are all great ones. Oh, this is the only short form stream I've ever been interested in. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I try to make my streams good. I hope you enjoy it. The Kronos is better than the Strong Arm. Oh, hey, Strong Arm, how you doing? Speaking of Strong Arm, hey, Strong Arm, how you? Thanks for joining the stream. The Kronos is better than the Strong Arm in some ways. It just depends. It's a completely different ammo type. So if you're going for just darts, it's a different ammo type. So it's kind of hard to say which is better. If you're talking about the Titan CS50. Yeah, it's really good. It's not in my opinion, it's not like good in a sense of it being good. It's $100, even though it has a cool drum, and it doesn't have that best fire rate for $100. I think the Rage Fire is miles better than the Titan, but it's still the Titan CS50 is still cool, and if you ever get your hands on it, it's worth it. exactly stronger. The Kronos is way better, but like, or you know, I'd say it's a little bit better, but it's not a fair comparison. It's a different ammo type for different game type, pretty much. You've been here since the beginning, like of the stream or like of the channel. If you've been here since the beginning of the channel, I appreciate that. Oh wow, you've had a Titan since it came out. That's amazing. But back to the Warden. It sucks because they truly had an idea that almost made it better than Nerf. Channel. Oh my gosh, I appreciate you being on the channel for so long. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for sticking around. I don't know if you changed your username or if I've seen you comment before, but thank you so much. I appreciate staying with this channel. It's been the beginning of my channel is very rough, not very good videos. Top 3 Nerf blasters for my personal opinion, like my favorites, is the Nerf N-Strike Recon because it's just for nostalgia reasons, and then of course the second place would have to be the first place would be a tie between the Recon or the Busby Champion, because those are both blasters I have a lot of nostalgia for. Second place would probably be the Prometheus, and then third place the Mega Twin Shock. Well, thank you. I appreciate the words I appreciate the kind words. Thanks for watching the channel. Can I have a mod, please? I mean, are you talking about like you can learn? It's actually pretty easy to learn how to mod some blasters. I'd recommend starting with like a Night Finder or something. As far as giving away a mod, that probably won't happen anytime soon. Maybe someday though. Yeah, I remember when the Warden was leaked too, and I was excited. They have hey out of ideas / I love Nerf. Welcome to the stream. What's the Nerf's name that electrically pulled the spring like N-Strike? Oh, Stampede. That's a Stampede. That's definitely a Stampede for sure. The Boy Cave. Hello, welcome to the stream. But yeah, the Stampede's one you're thinking about. That's a really cool blaster. A lot of great things about that. But yeah, the thing is, when the Warden came out, I was so excited because it looks like looking at this, you think, oh, a better rough cut. It looks cooler. It's more comfortable. It has about the same mechanism, Smooth Prime. Great, a reinvention of the rough cut that might be better. No, they made a worse blaster. They made it not work at all. Well, ADHD World 25, appreciate you for being on the stream. Boys, we found Coop 773. No, that's good. I like that. I can never hold a candle to Coop though. He's absolute legend. But like, it's inexcusable what Hasbro did here. They have a blaster that could have been really good and should have been really good that wasn't really good. And even setting aside the fact that they all broke out of the box, like all of them right away. Setting that aside, okay, Welcome broke 2. I believe Drac broke 2. I don't know. I think Drac's worked. Welcome broke 2. Coop broke 2. Everyone keep breaking theirs. That's bad. That is really, really bad. Oh, 24. Oh, wow. That is really bad. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The stream numbers today have been really good. But, like, breaking everywhere. The reviews of this are terrible. They break. Now, this is probably from the re-release when they seem to fix the issues. But it's inexcusable. The Warden has dethroned the Deploy as the worst blaster. And the Deploy is by far not the worst blaster. The Deploy never was, but it had the title of that. And this is insanely bad. Yeah, the fact that, who is it? Coop, Welcome, and I believe Captain Xavier broke 2. And everyone else was breaking. The only one that never broke was, I believe, Drax. I could be wrong about that, even. Like, the fact that this one works is amazing. I've been doing this. And it seems to have worked. I've run this through a lot of testing in the past couple, since yesterday. I just got it yesterday. And I've been really testing this, and this one works. But I'm definitely excited to do some fun stuff with this. I may end up because I wanted a blaster to destroy in a video, And this may be the one I'm doing it. Got a Transformers Optimus Primal Warden. Going to keep it new in box. Probably a better idea to keep that new in box, since it's probably not going to be that much better than the original Warden anyway. And it's a cool collector's item. Question. Recently got a Strife. Should I get a CNC? What is CNC? And then, or plastic gearbox? Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not the best. I don't know a lot about modding Strifes and stuff. One person you could ask about that, go to Phase 1 Films channel. He has an amazing channel. Put a comment asking that. He'll definitely respond. Walcott S7 broke 2 of his. He got one and it broke. He got the other and it broke. So, yeah. Brett got one 1 year ago and it fixed the issues. Yes, that's what I saw. Strong arm. Should I get a shotgun, a Sledgefire, or a pistol? Okay, Sledgefire or a pistol, like a shotgun. The only real Nerf shotgun pistol I can think of that's really useful today is the Shell Strike. And personally, I'd say just put the extra money in getting a Sledgefire. Sledgefire is much better. But again, like this Warden, like if it does have issues. Don't get me wrong, some issues have surfaced, but so far it's working pretty good. I'm kind of glad to have thrifted one that's good, because I need it for testing for next season of the Nerf Archives. But this is inexcusable. Listen to this. Wish you had a Strife, but luckily you have a Spectrum. That's great. Spectrum's good. I have mine. This is my cut down Spectrum with I cut down the rev trigger to make it more comfortable, and then I sawed off the main barrel. And by the way, don't use a saw without parental guidance if you're a minor or whatever. But yeah, I did fix a lot of the problems I had with Spectrum. The mag release is still an issue with 18-round mags, but yeah. You found a Sledgefire for 25? That's a really good deal. Boy Cave, got to go. All right, well, thanks for joining the stream. Have a great day. I appreciate the support. You thought it was going to break as soon as I shot it. No, surprisingly, it's still been holding up. I've been testing this a lot, and it still works. So this seems to be a second-gen Warden that's a little bit better. It still has problems. It'll still automatically slam fire when I prime, like that. It'll slam fire one of the barrels, so there's definitely problems. Also have the old lever action zombie. Oh, yeah, the sling fire. Great blaster. Nerf's quality has been, since 2020, it's been pretty weird. Some blasters' quality are the same as the Warden. Yeah, it's insane. Like, there's been some good blasters. Don't get me wrong. The Double Punch, great quality. Moto Blitz, great quality. A lot of different blasters with great quality. The Challenger has great plastic quality. And then there's there's like other blasters, like the Lock and Load. The Lock and Load is worse than the Warden. Why? Because at least when the Warden works, it's usable. And it's actually pretty usable if it works. These apparently have been breaking just as much as the Warden, or almost as much. But even when it's not, it shoots about 25 feet, which is worse than the original blaster it was copying. So, terrible performance. They charged a crap ton for this. It was only on sale for like $20 for Black Friday, and then it went right back up to $40, and now it's $50. The attachments are crap. The plastic quality is worse than the original. It's just terrible. It's just awful. It is a all-around completely terrible blaster. Nothing good about it. I can't even say anything good. It's only worth the pack for the attachments, and even then, it's so expensive now, it's not worth it. This blaster is a disgrace to the Nerf hobby in every way. It's worse than the Warden because the blaster itself is worse than the Warden, even when it doesn't break. So yeah, the Warden's bad. If I had to actually rate it, a 0 out of 10 because of what it's done, like of its history. But let's set the history aside. What would I rate it? A 3 out of 10. A 3 out of 10. When it's usable, I mean, it does get decent enough performance. Can I show? Oh yeah, sure I can show the Sledgefire. Where did I put it? It's over there. Hold on, guys. I swear, every time I do a stream, someone is like, let's see some blasters, which I'm fine with, you know. Here's my sledge fire. Only got 2 shells. I gotta get some of the 3D printed ones for it. All right, Strong Arm. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day. I need some water after this. And yeah, I love the sledge fire. It's amazing. It's the best Nerf shotgun in my opinion, besides the twin shock. They should have made a new Raven reskin instead of Elite 2.0. Yeah, agreed. The Moto Blitz is kind of a Raven reskin, though, with a shotgun, so that's pretty cool. Oh, thanks, you're still here. Yep, there's my sled fire. I love this thing. It's so good. I'm going to be getting another one soon. I'm going to buy a bunch of 3D printed shells for it, so stay tuned for that. Man, I need some water. Dang. But yeah, the Warden is a blaster itself. Terrible quality. You can't take it apart if it breaks, which it probably will. It has so many issues like this. And then, yeah, it's just a bad blaster overall. And then listen to the creakiness. That's inexcusable. Like, I could break this over my knee right now if I wanted to. Actually, what if I tried it on stream, guys? I'm going to try to break this over my knee. See what happens. Ah, shish. Well, it didn't break. That's surprising. Dang, it got close to there's stress marks right along here from when I did that. Welcome, did. I think he broke his... You know, he didn't break the Warden over his knee. He broke the Pump SG over his knee. Okay, don't take apart an Infinite. I have had some modding experience. People I know who have had lots of modding experience say it's almost impossible to take apart the Infinite and put it back together. It's really hard. Do not do it. Do not do it. There's so many other blasters you could take apart. Don't take apart the Infinite. Unless you've had a lot of modding experience, and I mean a lot. Yeah, Moto Blitz is great. The reason you don't want to take apart Infinite is just mainly because the mechanism where you load darts in the back is so complicated. It's so complicated it's hard to put together. You have to be like an electrical engineer to figure it out. It's really complicated. But yeah, the Warden... Man, dang. I'm getting some water after this. The Warden is a weird thing, because it could have been a good blaster, but it's not. How can you donate? Oh, you don't have to... Dang, you don't have to donate. I don't have a super chat yet. I'm trying to. I'm working on it. The only way, and I don't have it set up for donations, but if you ever were to donate, I do have, if you look at the description of my main YouTube videos, I do have my Cash App on there, but that's it. I usually don't have that, which I don't really care about. I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this because I like to talk about, you know, blasters. If I was doing this for money, I would have quit a long time ago. I've had 2,000 subscribers and still the watch time has not added up. But yeah, like this though, like I could probably break this over my knee. I'm gonna try one more time. Let's see what happens. Oh crap! I cracked it. Dang! Holy cow! I cracked it. Kind of. I did something to it. This wasn't like that before. Holy cow! I heard something give. Ugh! Something's clicking there. Well, dang. I'm gonna not destroy this anymore because I'm saving that for an actual video. When I destroy this thing, I want to try to give it a durability test. You know, I'm not just going to destroy this thing with a sledgehammer right away. We're going to have a little fun with it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Oh, I have an idea. I have some ideas. Gotta love Elite 2.0 quality. Yeah, don't you just love it when Hasbro does that? Like this would have been more excusable if it was Alpha Strike Blaster. Heck, this is the budget line, and this has from Alpha Strike, and this has better quality than this thing. That's saying something. Oh, that's a perfect idea. July 4th, guys. July 4th. I'm strapping this to a firework. Perfect idea. Yeah, you can crack this thing, yeah. I'm doing that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ZC. I'm doing that. Not this. I'm doing that. 4th of July special. I'm strapping this thing to a firework. I'm doing it. I actually have fireworks saved for 4th of July, so that's perfect. Oh, that's perfect. Thank you for that suggestion. You just got a really good video for me now. What city do I live in? I'd prefer not to say publicly in YouTube. Should leave it to the spiders. Maybe I should do that. Going to be lit, literally. I'd prefer not to say which city I live in, or I kind of would say the region, kind of like somewhere around like the Oklahoma, Ozark, Missouri area. What is on 4th of July? Well, I'm going to strap this to a firework because I just got that idea now. That's going to be amazing. Thanks to ZC. It is literally going to be lit. So yeah, thanks for that idea. I'm going to give you credit to that in the I'll tag you in that video or give you credit for that. That'll be great. That's a good idea. Oh, there it goes again. Slam firing automatically. Oh, hey Copperell, welcome to the live. Yeah, I'm talking about the Warden. How bad it is. Even crazy enough. Is it a special date? Well, July 4th, 4th of July in America, that's a holiday celebrating the founding of America. And there's usually fireworks on that holiday, so yeah. Yeah, I'm talking, but this the Warden sucks. Even, like, it's kind of sucks because even if it didn't break, it's still a bad blaster. Like, listen to this. And it's automatically slam firing when I prime it too hard. It only fires one barrel when I slam fire. I have to pull the trigger for the other one. Well, I can get used to that, though. Huh. I can actually manage that. That's kind of fun. I got a limit, and no kidding. Almost every Warden, well, even the second. This is a second-gen Warden, but I mean, come on, every single Warden, first-gen Warden broke. Their Warden was horrible. It like Coop broke 2, Walk-On broke 2, Captain Xavier broke his. I think American Foam broke his. The only one who I didn't see break one is Drac. From Switzerland. Oh wow. Oh, Germany. But like it's this one's a lemon because the second gen ones are supposed to work. But still, the problem is Nerf made the Warden with cheap parts. There's no excusing the cheap parts. I mean, no. Here's the thing. A lot of people don't know Warden. There's 2 re-releases of the Warden. There's the original Wardens from 2020, and those pretty much all break. There was a couple that have slipped through, but almost all of them broken. Then they released the second gen, which are much better. But even if it works, it's still a cheaply made blaster. There's still a lot of lemons out there. A lot of lemons. Because they were made with cheap parts. The parts are cheap. The quality's cheap. You can't take it apart and fix it. Which is kind of crazy. You got a combat shotgun. Oh, wow, nice. You can't fix it because you can't take it apart without destroying the blaster. There's just so much wrong with the Warden. It's so cheap and so bad that it's inexcusable. Nerf could have made a good blaster. Like, this legit is more comfortable than the Warden. It's cooler looking than the Warden, and even I mean, no, this is more comfortable than the rough cut, more good looking than the rough cut. What am I talking about? I'm too tired for this. Dang. It's genuinely a bad blaster though, and it's inexcusable for Nerf to make something. And the parts are just bad. The parts are made cheaply, different kind of plastic. You can even see like swelling in the plastic. You can see it's so cheap. It's so cheap. This feels like something Busby would have made, and it's worse than most Busby blasters. That's saying something. The fact that it's terribly put together. Yeah, well, there's a few Elite 2.0 blasters that you could get the internals of. The Trailblazer, I don't believe that's clipped together. The Eagle Point has one clip, and it's pretty easy to fit, and pretty easy to get open. Double Punch, you can open that without any trouble. That might be about it. There's a few others, but generally, yeah, Elite 2.0 is mostly clipped together. But it's still inexcusable for Hasbro to do this. They failed miserably at making a rough cut successor, and it took them almost a year to get the re-release out, and there was no refunds or anything. So yeah, it sucks because the Warden, it has some things that are better than the rough cut. I think it looks better. I like the profile better. It's more comfortable. And they kind of failed it. And if I prime it slowly, I can use this pretty good. It does have, when I do it really fast, and the reason there are lemons even in the second gen batch is because Nerf made it with bad internals. That's just what it is. Yeah, the Warden sucks. I kind of was wanting to be positive about it, and I almost am, but they didn't. There's no redeeming qualities that make it me want to use this over a rough cut. It's worse than a rough cut. The Warden did worse than the Thunder Shot revolver that Busby made in 2021. Yep, that's true. Here's the thing, though. Busby was on that. It was not an intentional break. When it broke, they immediately, within the month of its release, they immediately took as much as they can off shelves. They refunded people with the good ones. They showed how to tell if it's a good or bad one, if some did get confused. They fixed the problem. They fired the guy who was responsible for the breakage. Busby handled the situation, and they fixed the parts. And the Thundershot still works. It's not a great blaster, but you can get a good one. They work. It took them a year to re-release this. They didn't replace it. They didn't make a public statement or apology. And when they re-released it, it still was prone to breaking. So yeah, I don't like the Elite 2.0 color. It doesn't really match the blue of the Elite, the right standard Elite. It also doesn't work. Like, yeah, here's the thing. I don't mind the color. I actually like it, but it's obviously lazy. They didn't put any effort into the paint job. There's no detailing, which kind of sucks. And I by far prefer the original Elite. Like, here's the crossbolt. This thing, I love these colors more than this. However, I do like the Elite 2.0 colors. The colors are the least biggest problem, though, for Elite 2.0. Yeah, they failed. I'm sorry. Like, I wanted to kind of like this, but it almost would work if they re-released this, made it where you can take it apart and fix it if you need to. It didn't have issues with the smart ARs. It had good parts and good plastic quality. I give it a chance. I would go in with a whole fresh look at this. But they didn't do that. They almost did. They almost could have made something good, but they didn't do it. Yeah, not anymore. They used to be known for their color scheme effort, but not anymore. All right, it was fun having. Sports Shrimp, thank you for joining the stream. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. ZC Elite 2.0 could have done so much, especially with the color scheme and the designs. Agreed. I genuinely think Elite 2.0 could have been good. And it feels like they rushed it. It feels like they just put it out. They made it with cheap parts. They made it where you couldn't take it apart because that would have sucked. Because guess what? Now that you can't take it apart, when it breaks, what are you going to have to do? Buy another one. Oh, what does that mean? More money in Nerf's pocket. So they get to cut corners. They get to have blasters that break. Oh, talking about the colors on both sides. Yeah, it's been a while since they've done that. They used to back in the day, but they don't anymore. Oh yeah, silver. Hey. Well, this is an inch strike, but you can see like silver accents. This one doesn't have paint on both sides, sadly, but like they put details. I miss those days. I miss the days of Nerf, putting attention to detail. Elite 2.0 could have been Nerf's best series. And I kid you not, they almost made improvements of every single Nerf blaster that they were trying to do, but they decided to cheap out. Yep, a single employee that tried to make good designs and they kind of got fired. I don't like the person who designed the rival challenger Mirage. They got fired. A lot of people got laid off. Someone in the hobby designed the Storm Charge. I'm not going to say who, but I know, and they're pretty dominant and they're pretty well known in the hobby. Like, it could have been good. But guess what? Nerf got greedy. They decided, hey, let's make it with cheaper parts. Let's make it where you can't take it apart and fix it. That way they're going to break. That means they're going to have to come back and buy another one. More money in the pockets. They cut corners to save money, and then they made where you can't take it apart to get more money. It's greed. It's what ruins every single company out there. Heck, even Darkzone's almost doing it now. It really sucks. Darkzone's not doing it as big, like they're not actually doing it, but there are some concerns with Darkzone for sure with like some of that. Yeah, I'm sorry. Not a good blaster. Could have been. Good idea. Absolutely the worst execution ever. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I probably rambled on enough. And my throat is dry. I got to go get some water. But thank you so much for tuning into the stream. I got to go for a minute. I'm sorry. But thank you so much for tuning into the stream. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do like this stream, if you like this at all, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. I do these streams often. And I also upload as often as I can, about twice a week, generally. Sometimes it's once a week, but whatever. Hope you enjoy the video. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.